for classic matches just like the World Cup videos, why not go to patreon.com/drunkredhead. It's the start of a brand new week on What Happened on My Universe mode! And there's a lot of fireworks to go through because the new game seems to have quite a few. But it's Monday Night Raw! And this edition of Raw headed over the US border to Toronto in Canada with an opening match, a huge opening match, seeing Finn Balor take on the new face of America last year, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was first out the block with an elbow to the head and a weird Russian leg sweep where he held the wrist, but then Finn Balor quickly took control back with a fireman's carry and then a kick to the head. Finn then channeled his inner Chris Jericho, hitting a kind of code breaker before heading to the top rope and smashing KO with a drop kick. Kevin Owens grabbed the advantage once again and threw Finn Balor into the corner where he hit a cannonball and then got ready for the pop-up powerbomb. He went for the pin, but Finn Balor kicked out at 2. As Kevin Owens complained to the referee about his pinfall, Finn Balor was able to catch his breath back and was then able to reverse the next move. He hit Kevin Owens with an enziguri and then drove his head down to the mat. Once again, Finn Balor channeled his inner Chris Jericho with a drop kick off the ropes and then did a plancher on Kevin Owens' feet for some reason. Back in the ring, he hit 19-16 and pinned Kevin Owens to take the 1-2-3. A win for Finn Balor. Next up, Brock Lesnar was coming to the ring, without Paul Heyman this time, but he did have a microphone, so I guess he had something to say. First things first, if you thought he was out there to put smiles on people's faces, you could get bent. Lesnar wanted to know who was better than him, and according to the audience, no one. Great response, guys. He didn't care who he was against at any point. He wanted it to be a handicap match, it still wouldn't be enough. He then said that men like him come but once in a lifetime, and from now on he's only going to do things he wants to do. Thought he already did that. Back to some action and a tag team contest, pitting the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara against the debuting Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, sometimes known as The Club. This contest started off with Kalisto taking on Carl Anderson and Anderson smashing the back of his neck and then the back of his back, and then throwing him into Luke Gallows' boot. Before they could do anything else to him though, he managed to get a tag into Sin Cara, who ran in like a house on fire, throwing punches everywhere and then spinny DDTs, and then normal DDTs, and then, well, Luke Gallows reversed and started getting the advantage back. Luke Gallows hit Sin Cara with a big ending and a Baldo bomb before tagging into Carl Anderson for a back body drop version of some double teamness. Anderson hit the machine gun kick and then tagged in for some more double teamness in the form of the Magic Killer. Gallows went for the pin and the Club were victorious. We had a triple threat match next for the #1 contendership for the Raw Women's title. It saw Emma face off against perennial contender Trish Stratus, and it also featured Natalya. The winner will face Paige at TLC. This one began with Trish Stratus hitting Emma with a backdrop before Natalya quickly grabbed her and hit Trish with a dragon suplex. Natalya turned her attention to Emma, who quickly reversed the next move and hit a massive powerbomb and then a nice little hip toss onto Trish. She continued beating on Trish with a missile dropkick and a suplex before Natalya took control with a fireman's carry. Natalya would then take down both Emma and Trish Stratus, but after that Emma reversed once again, hitting a dropkick in the corner and a Russian leg sweep. Emma then focused on Trish Stratus, hitting a Michinoku driver and going for the pin, but Trish wasn't done yet and kicked out at 2. Stratus got a reversal on Emma, which led to Natalya hitting her with a Russian leg sweep, which then led to Trish kicking her in the face and going for the pin, but Natalya kicked out at 2. Trish Stratus went for a dropkick off the second rope, but Natalya moved out of the way. She then threw Emma out the ring and hit Trish with a massive forearm to the face and then a small cradle. And 1, 2, 3, Natalya is your new #1 contender for the Raw Women's title. Before we had the main event though, there was one more promo to be had, and this time it was Randy Orton heading to the ring with a microphone. But what did he have to say? Randy Orton said that there are punks in the business who think that they can get where he's gotten without earning it, and that there's one guy who could lose 10 pounds of fat just by cutting off his head. which is a bit grim. Orton then said he'd like to have a match with Bray Wyatt, which he called his friend and mentor. And Bray Wyatt grabbed his light and headed to the ring. Wyatt stated that they needed to talk and that it was going to happen whether he liked it or not. Bray then claimed that he was the most awesome force in the WWE and that there's no one that could stop him. WWE Champion Wyatt then confirmed that they will have a match. Orton though said he didn't want to poke the hornet's nest. Keep it up and you'll get stung. Wyatt asked Randy Orton nicely to leave the ring calmly. Randy Orton said that tonight was not the night to screw with him, and then Bray Wyatt started backing away, giggling, and left the ring. Interesting promo. This of course left us with our main event as the monster among men, Braun Strowman, took on the US champion Brock Lesnar, who possibly may have that challenge he wanted. Strowman got the first moves in with a slam and a body attack before Lesnar was able to reverse and take Strowman down. He then hit a side suplex and a half Nelson suplex to keep the big man down. The two men ran into each other before Braun Strowman hit a dropkick and a massive power bomb on Lesnar. He then threw Lesnar around like a ragdoll before Lesnar was able to reverse again. Brock Lesnar hit a gut-wrench suplex and then started beating down Braun Strowman, but Strowman was able to reverse and ended up throwing the beast outside. On the outside, Braun brutalised Brock by throwing him into the steps and hit him with a massive spinebuster and his weird cutter move. Back in the ring, Brock Lesnar was taken down with a big boot, and then the monster among men hit the running power slam to defeat the beast incarnate and possibly challenge him for that US title. And that's it for another What Happened on My Universe mode. Nitro's next. Like and subscribe.